What's up on this Wednesday evening? This is Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Tennessee basketball still has, for now, that one scholarship still open, which could possibly even go to 3, depending on what comes out of the House settlement. A name they were involved with back a few weeks ago has resurfaced here. We'll talk about that in a minute. Make sure you hit the like. One of the biggest, best things you can do is help share out the content. And if you have not already, if you're a returning listener, you like the content, hit that subscribe button. It is free. Channel is 58 away from 4,000 right now. Greatly appreciate the support here. But Tennessee, of course, you've added, they've basically had a roster overhaul this offseason because all you had coming back was Felix Okpara, Cade Phillips, J.P. Estrella, Bishop Boswell. A lot of unproven there. Obviously, Okpara did a pretty good job last year in the middle. Cade Phillips made a lot of progress last year. Estrella, his season was cut short due to injury, and he redshirted. And Boswell, he played minimal. We didn't see a lot of him last year. Of course, a lot of us questioned the offensive game, but one thing I've continued to read about him is that staff has been impressed with how he has attacked the offseason. Now, I don't know that means he's all of a sudden an offensive juggernaut by any means, but he's putting in the work. There was no consideration at all from him of hitting the portal. He had the mindset he was coming back to get better. I like it. Let's go with it. Then you added, of course, the big one to me, Nate Ament. You added Amari Evans. You added Dwayne Brown. You added Troy Henderson. You added 4 freshmen coming in. Then Jacoby Gillespie, Jalen Carey, and then you got Amari Abram. And then, of course, you added Clarence Masamba, the French shooting guard as well. So they got 12 in the fold now. And but to me, I still look at it. I think Amari Abram is going to do really good things for them. But I still kind of look at it as that 2-guard spot could possibly still be open. So the name that's resurfaced is one Duke Miles. Played 3 seasons at Troy. Then he went to High Point. Then he played a year at Oklahoma. Then he hit the portal. Tennessee was due to get a visit from him. And then he committed to Texas A&M. He signed with them, and then he got out of his letter of intent. I'm not really sure how that worked. Now, so I know, Buzz Williams left, Bucky McMillan come in. Was there something with that I'm not sure of in that time frame on it? But anyhow, a lot of teams have reached out to Duke Miles, so Tennessee is not the only one at all. It was said yesterday that, it was a whole list. It was over 10 teams have already reached out to him this year. And, again, what I talk about now, as of right now, there's 13 scholarships on the team. But if the House settlement and all goes in, you get into the grandfather stuff and all that, Tennessee's basketball scholarship allotment could go to 15. And I'm still trying to figure out how that works because I've seen some of it say it could be partial scholarship up to that 15th. So we'll see how it is. But, again, lots of teams have reached out to Miles. And, he has already this offseason apparently committed and signed with Virginia, committed and signed with A&M, and now he's back in here again as well. To me, right now, because he shot over 43% from 3-point range. And I think if you were to get the shot to get him in there, you take advantage of it. Because I think, you can't have enough shooting here. There's still some pretty good players out there in the portal. And, what's going to happen with the NBA Combine, the G League Combine, these things. Because if you think about it last year with Chaz Lanier, we weren't sure he was going to go through the process. And then he ended up withdrawing his name, coming back. Could Tennessee benefit from some of that as well? That remains to be seen. But right now, Duke Miles, I wouldn't say it's a name to keep an eye on, but it's contact. And they were supposed to host him before. To me, it still looks like you still have minutes at that 2-guard spot. Now, of course, the big thing is, and they've said it, I saw Brent Hubbs allude to it on VolQuest.com talking about, that scholarship. They are keeping an eye on the 5th-year thing. And here's what I'm sure of regarding the 5th-year thing. Nothing. because it's the NCAA. Everything I've read up to this point, and I'm adamant on what I've read, because I've read a lot of content. I've listened to a YouTube channel. I'd have to go back and find what it is here. I can tell you real quick the channel, and the guy's been pretty on this. He does college baseball. It is Elite Sports Advising. So he's talked a lot about that. And he has a new video now, House Settlement in Massive Danger with New Proposal. I have not listened to it yet to know exactly what it is, what he's talked about on that. But he's had some pretty good stuff on it. And he's been, based on what I've read, he's been pretty adamant on it. And based on the people he follows, that the fifth-year thing would not be retroactive. And I know some thinks, well, these players could sue the NCAA. They have no case on it because they're out of eligibility right now. But that's not to say that something doesn't come up and the NCAA does make these guys who just graduated eligible. Based on the Alberto Osuna case, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening there. But, Barnes has talked about keeping that one scholarship open. If it goes to 15, maybe he tries to add a couple of guys there. In the event that a Jordan Gainey gets eligible, you've got to have that spot. I mean, you would have that spot for him. You would easily have it with 15. It bears watching. Again, I don't think the percentage is very high at all of Gainey getting it, but I would definitely not say it's zero. It's the NCAA. Anything can happen on that. But if you could get Duke Miles in the fold, and I've not seen anything yet about him setting up any more visits. I've just seen, among the teams, Baylor, Gonzaga, Vanderbilt, of course, Tennessee reaching out to him. There's been plenty more who've reached out as well. They don't have the list of all of them right here, but there's been plenty who have reached out. And like I said, as of right now, Tennessee has that one scholarship open. It could possibly climb to 3. And I wouldn't be surprised to potentially see that. Best case scenario is you get Gainey back. I mean, you think about the improvement he made from year 1 to year 2 in Knoxville. How much improvement's he going to make if he were to come back again on this? But Miles, we'll see if any more names surface. I've not heard any more right now, but the fact that they're making contact with Miles leads me to believe they're not done yet. And, does it come down to money? Does it come down to roster spot? What does it come down to here in the end with it? It bears watching. The fact that they're making contact tells me they're not done in the portal. They're still adding. And I really think they could withstand to add one more guard who can shoot the basketball. Evans to me, he's a freshman coming in, and it said he's similar to Jemai Meshack with better offensive game. I don't know what that means exactly. If he's, a lights out shooter, Meshack wasn't exactly an offensive juggernaut, as we know. There were times he did his thing, but Evans having a better offensive game, I mean, that you could take out a couple of ways on it. Henderson, we'll see. Masamba, I mean, if he could come in ready to play, that would be big. I just think that he's one of these guys that's probably going to take 2 or 3 years. Abram, I think will be really good. I think he'll be, if he starts, we're fine there. Tennessee is addressed. I mean, if you look at it, and I'll look at this after we I'll kind of compare rosters. Where are we better? Where is it maybe equal? Where are we maybe worse at along the way? And we'll talk about that. But that's where we're at with Tennessee basketball. They are still looking. And especially when you have at least a scholarship open, I don't think you close the door if the right fit presents itself. Maybe Miles is that fit. And if you get 2 guards like that with him and Abrams who can shoot, that's a win-win for Tennessee. If there's any more news on, basketball, I really think football's done. Portal right now. I want to do a kind of a spring recap on the roster and compare it to last year. Hopefully, I may do that tomorrow, possibly, with portal stuff being a little slow. Of course, baseball this weekend. I'll be live Friday and Saturday. I won't be live Sunday with it Mother's Day. But whether it's just me or whether Carrie's pretty busy on the weekend, so most of the time it'll be me. But obviously, he knows he's got the invite to join at any point on that. But I'll keep you anything I find portal-wise, I'll get you updated on that. This is Frank, House of Orange. Make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Check out the links in the description, channel memberships, channel Patreon. Or if you want to say thanks, super thanks, bottom right-hand corner. Those super thanks, those Patreons, they go a long way. And the super thanks, the super chats, those are a big help in ensuring there's more live shows along the way. But have a great rest of your evening. This is Frank. Last but not least, go Vols.